in. Hello. Today we were originally going to be playing Stardew Sage, but unfortunately, the universe was just like, no, fuck you. And for whatever reason, Stardew isn't working for Sage. Wait, so that went blonde. This is my PNG tuber. Lego PNG tuber. I don't know if you've seen this actually, but yeah, this is my PNG tuber. So before I actually have a little update about my PNG tuber actually, but before we get into that, just gonna yak about what we're gonna be doing today. So I mentioned yesterday that, and why is it I think I have, yeah, I swore you have before. Anyways, today I said this on the last stream, but yeah, we're playing the Death and Faeology demo. I did mention yesterday that if Sage couldn't play Stardew for whatever reason, then we were going to play the Death and Faeology demo, and that's what we're going to do today. Death and Faeology, from what I know very little about this game actually, but I saw it on the women-led games section of the Summer Game Fest, and it was literally the thing that captivated me the most was murder mystery visual novel. I love my murder mystery visual novels. Okay, I spent over a year playing Ace Attorney, so I love murder mysteries. I love visual novels, and plus there's also romance as well. I think there's 2 romance paths you can take at the moment. And I think I can't remember if it's 7 romance options and 2 endings, or 2 romances and 7 possible endings. But we'll see when we get into the game. Demo reminded me, have you played that Quarantine Zombie demo game? No, I have not. I've played very few demos in my life actually. I think all the demos I've played, I've streamed. The first demo I played was Super Dark Deception, which was 3 years ago, and we have since started playing chapter 1 of it. We played chapter 1 of Super Dark Deception like a few months ago, and then we played the Cabernet demo a few months ago as well. So yeah, and now we're going to play Death and Faeology. Yeah, I've played very few demos in my life, so yeah, I don't know if you've seen it. It's been going around a lot. Zombie Quarantine something. Let me have a look. Zombie Quarantine. I cannot spell quarantine apparently. Quarantine demo. Let me see. Quarantine Zone? Is that it? I have actually not seen this, but I've seen games in like similar styles before. Yes, that's it. Okay. But yeah, I've seen games in similar styles before actually. And why is my chat box is just not scrolling down and showing me the newest message is for some reason, so I have to manually scroll myself. But yeah, so yeah, I've not played very many. It's a bit fun. Yeah, I've not seen that going around, but I shall have a look. But yeah, so today we're playing Death and Faeology, murder mystery visual novel. So yeah, but before we get into Death and Faeology, first of all, I don't know how long this demo is, so I don't know how long this stream is gonna be. So yeah, at minimum it's gonna be about 2.5 hours ish, so normal stream time. But it could go for a little longer. I did try and look to see how long this demo is, but I really don't know. So yeah. And when Sage said, "Oh, I can't Stardew today," when they said that they couldn't Stardew today, I was tempted to go live at my usual time, but because I don't know how long this demo is, and I'm streaming tomorrow morning as well instead of Wednesday, I decided I might as well go live at our agreed upon time, which is at 5. So yeah, Fae's in fairies, like fey creatures. I believe so, yeah. Honestly, I don't know much about this game other than murder mystery visual novel and that there's romance in it, and also the art. I love the art style. So yeah, I mean, I assume so, but yeah. But yeah, I just assume that it's got something to do with like fairies and like fae and stuff because Faeology. So yeah. Also, before we get into Death and Faeology, I updated my PNG YouTuber a little bit. So I did a new channel point redemption. So if you go into my channel points, you'll see that there's a Nindroid PNG channel point redemption. I'm looking at it on Steam. It's looking good. Why thank you, and thank you for getting your first. But yeah, with my PNG YouTuber, I have you have seen this state here, and this state here. So we've got the normal state with the hair and stuff, and then we've got this second state, which is also a channel point redeem, bald PNG, and then we've got this state here, which is a Nindroid, a robot version of me. I could add a little bit more to it, honestly. I was tempted to add like an antenna or something at the top, but I decided to leave it as it is for now, and I might update it in the future, but for now this is good enough to be on stream. I inspired this off of like Zane and Pixel of Ninjago. Part of the reason why I made a Lego PNG YouTuber in the first place. I love Ninjago. So yes, yeah, that is the update to my PNG YouTuber. Also, this is just gonna be me nerding out for a second right here. But when I was going to post to say, oh, that I'm live on Instagram, I saw on Green's Instagram, because his post was like the first post that came up in my feed, that there is a new live series coming next month. If you don't know, I'm like getting enough to redeem it. Cool. But yeah, there's a new live series coming out next month, which is crazy. If you don't know, the live series is a Minecraft series made by famous Minecraft YouTuber Green MC. I'm a massive fan of the live series, and basically, the very basic premise is that there's green lives, yellow lives, and red lives, and this is like a hardcore series kind of, where they'll have like however many, all like the members of the live series will have between 3 and 6 lives, and basically they're just gonna be the last one surviving, and each like season of the live series has its own like premise and stuff. For example, my favorite one, which is Secret Life, that is where all the members had like a task to complete like each session, and if they failed the task, I think they didn't get I think if they failed the task, they lost hearts, they lost health, but if they like complete a task, then they like got like rewards, like diamonds and stuff, and like got more health basically. Oh yeah, and in Secret Life, I think this is the only season of the live series that did this, where they could not regenerate hearts. It was like kind of a UHC in a sense, an ultra hardcore in a sense. So yeah, I'm so excited. I assume my little theory for this next live series, which I think a lot of people have, just like I was just skimming through the comments of the post, is that it's gonna have a very similar premise to Limited Life, and it's gonna be kind of time-based live series. Is it Minecraft? It is Minecraft. Yes, it is in Minecraft. But yeah, I think this new live series is going to have a very similar premise to Limited Life. And Grandma Marie. I have no idea what that is referring to. But with what was I gonna say? But with the new live series, that's the channel which has the playlist on YouTube for the live series. Okay. I was just like, what the fuck? But yeah. There's probably a few channels on YouTube that have like compiled every single person's like point of view of the live series. But yeah, for this next live series season, I suspect that it's gonna be time based, because in the like teaser trailer for it, there was like a clock, like, and I was just like, Grian. Oh, Grian. Autocorrect. Yes, Grian. He is the creator for it. Yeah. But yeah, in the teaser trailer that he posted on his Instagram, there was like a clock in it, and I was just like, so I'm suspecting that has something to do with time, because the only other series that has that kind of feature is Limited Life. Is Limited Life, where they had like a clock ticking down. My theory is that maybe in this live series they go from red to yellow to green, instead of like green, yellow, red, and red, to get more peaceful as like time goes on. So yeah, that reminds me of the Pals. Do you know the Pals? Not off the top of my head, no. I do not. Not off the top of my head, at least. So yeah, and I'm gonna reload my chat for a second. Because for some reason it's being weird. Why is it being weird? Oh, but there it is. Why was it just hiding underneath the thing, the ads thing? Whatever. But yeah, not off the top of my head, no. Okay, let me give you some lore. Back when Minecraft first came out, okay. Okay, but I am so excited for this new live series, and I did not expect it to come out so soon, like literally next month. I thought that it would be like at the earliest, like late August, we would get a new season. But no, we're getting it literally next month, which is fucking brilliant. Now it's like summer for me, and I don't really have anything to do other than work. So other than like work and streaming. So yeah. This is like from back in 2019. There were 5 friends, YouTubers that were big Minecraft and Roblox creators. Wait a minute. I'm gonna look this up, because I feel like I've seen some of their things before. And why was that held against Automod? They were Dennis, Alex, Sketch, Sub, and Carl. I guess that meant that is Carl. Wait a minute, is that Dennis Daly? Is that Dennis Daly that you're thinking of? No, Carl. Okay. Yeah, what's that? Dennis Daly, because I feel like I've seen his videos pop up in my recommended every once in a while. Yes, Dennis Taylor. Yes. Okay. Now I have a vague idea of who they are. Yeah. I've seen his videos pop up in my recommended every once in a while. But when you said the Powers, I was just like, who the fuck are they? But yes, I now know who they are. Yeah. Okay. I think it is now time that we get into Death and Faeology and game. There we go. New game. What is your name? Oh, you can enter our own name. Poppy. Proceed. Let's go. Grading first-year assignments can be such an exercise in patience. I have to remind myself that Faeology is a relatively recent science, only a couple of decades old. This university, the only Faeology university in the whole country, was just finished being built in 1905, okay, mid-1900s. It is still barely acknowledged in the academic field. This is like kind of like psychology. This was like, psychology was like barely a thing in like the early 1900s. It was mainly like philosophy and stuff, I think. More importantly, I've got to keep in mind that children inherit their parents' prejudices and misconceptions. Okay, so these guys made a series called Psssttt based on their group called Psssttt, and then there was some controversy about one of them being mean to a girl in the comments. I think he called her a loser or something, and he got cancelled, and they broke up the group on their separate ways. But, ooh, okay. Jesus. The human world has formed its own notion of fairies. Alas, I find myself unable to suppress a big sigh every time I read references to poisoned apples ushering princesses into eternal sleep. A reference to the Cottingley fairies is one I can understand since it was quite the sensation not too long ago. Psssttt was nice. It was good modded Minecraft play with nice challenges. Yeah, I think in like 2018, I think modded Minecraft was becoming like, well, not modded Minecraft has always been like really popular, but I feel like in 2018, I think it's like where like a lot of people who are raised on YouTube, aka me, were becoming like more aware of like how to download mods and how to like actually like play with modded Minecraft and stuff like that. Although it would be clear in the eyes of renowned Faeologists that the photographs are mere imitations. A pity that Sir Doyle was taken in by it. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? I love a Sir Arthur Conan Doyle reference. As if, I mean, I haven't even read any of these books, but like, whenever there's a reference, I'm just like, Sherlock Holmes. Because I love Sherlock Holmes, who is just Sherlock Holmes, but Ace Attorney. So, yeah. I had to take a break. The grading session today has taken me quite a tangent. My beloved Oz. That is so pretty. I suppose having a fairy companion does give one an advantage in identifying genuine fairies. I'd say a break is in order, wouldn't you, Oz? Oz responds through truths that I've learned to interpret over the decades I've known them. The Cottingley fairies again? Yes, and Princess's eternal slumber due to poisoned apples. We don't care much for human princesses, but making poisoned apples is rather an easy feat. Shall I turn one of them into a toad in front of the whole class to show that Fae folk is capable of more than that? At the same time, showing them that not all fairies are a friendly bunch? I can't help but chuckle at the thought of that. I believe some might just quit that same day if you do that. Making poisoned apples is sus. Very sus, yes. Besides, if other Faeologists get a hold of your existence, who knows what they'll do to you? Chances are high those people will try to pin you to a corkboard and vivisect you. I would never let that happen. I've always appreciated you pursuing Faeology to ensure that. This is the least I could do. We've known each other since I was 7. You saved me countless times since then. Well, you could have let me bleed to death when you found me. I would never. I can hear a delightful melody of chirps laced with a touch of whimsy, which makes me feel just a tad fizzy. It seems that even the laugh of a fairy possesses some magical quality. While you're on a break, isn't there something else on your agenda this afternoon? Right, Mr. Henkel's letter. Thanks for reminding me. I retrieved a letter from my patron from a desk drawer. I lean back on my chair and read the missive aloud to myself. Dear Poppy, how long are you gonna keep me in suspense? What the fuck does he mean? Will you or will you not accompany me to this year's Laios Gala? Ooh. Ball. Gala. Fancy. You could do a lot worse than forgetting your boring books for a moment in favour of willing away an evening with champagne and canopies and invigorating company. This just sounds like a gathering of rich people. This is definitely just a gathering of rich people. And when I say invigorating, I'm not speaking of those old sods with deep pockets ready to be exploited by way of funding grants for your research. Yep. It's just a gathering of rich people. I'm speaking of course, of yours truly. Do invite to me sometime before Saturday. That's tomorrow's date, isn't it? Oh, I know, my delay in responding is entirely by design, I assure you. I'd hate to be getting the looks from the crowd like I'm a wet blanket. Faeology isn't worth my dough, they say. Oz's replying chirp is decidedly indignant. I nod to Oz in agreement before returning to Mr. Henkel's letter. In other news, I've heard that little Ruthie Blythe caused a minor ruckus in the city's hottest speakeasy. What the fuck is a speakeasy? If your old friend, Detective Krause, hadn't been in the area at the time as well, who knows what could have happened? I find myself rather perturbed at this revelation. I would have telephoned Ruthie and asked her what the story was like when we were children. Speakeasy's a shady bar? Ah, right. However, for better or for worse, we aren't on friendly terms anymore. I resume reading my patron's letter. Speaking of the detective, have the two of you been keeping in contact? He gave me the cold shoulder when I crossed paths with him at last week's benefit. I couldn't help assuming that his persistently frosty treatment of me might have had something to do with you. It's unfortunate that the extensive bonds you have with him should end in a rather bitter taste. As you have told me more than once, when it was good, there was nothing quite like it. Yet you speak very little of him now, and I find myself wondering if he still holds a place in that guarded heart of yours. The letter is signed, yours everlasting, Oscar Henkel. Basically a bar hidden inside a normal building. Right, okay. Well, I've kept Mr. Henkel waiting long enough. Back introduced during the American ban on alcohol. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. I press a pen to a fresh sheet of paper to commence crafting a response. Yeah, during the ban on alcohol. Just then a familiar rhythmic rapping pierces the silence. I glance in the direction of Oz, but they're nowhere to be seen. And that's a pause, and then... Oh, wah! Fuck! Where the fuck did I do? What the fuck did I do? I think you can turn the dialogue back. How? How can I? How? No, I how? I press control. I can't do that. What the fuck? I think it skips when you no, it doesn't. It skips when I press this. Why is that an option? Why is that an option? Can I not? Why is that an option? Why is that an option? Okay, I'm gonna exit and then just go to new game. Okay, and then we're just gonna. It's just after we read it's just after Oz disappears. In visual novels, it sets to skip when you press Control or Shift. Yeah, I don't know why that's an option. Okay, it's just after here. Luckily. Okay, luckily I can easily skip that. But yeah, I don't know why that's an option. I put Mr. Henkel's letter in the drawer before calling out. Come in, Minnie. My assistant enters the office. But you can re-roll the dialogue by using the mouse scroll. I don't know what... I literally cannot do that, so I don't know why this is an option, but then there's no way to go back other than just reloading. A save. So... yeah, I don't know why that's a thing. Okay, she's careful to snap the door shut behind her. Professor? Yes, Minnie? Were you talking to yourself again? That's right, you know me. I see. Sometimes I wonder what she must have thought while hearing the mumbling sounds of me speaking of Oz. But she knows when to not poke her nose into things. One of the things I like about her, and also what makes her the bee's knees when it comes to being an assistant, sometimes you need to make different choices on second play to unlock everything. That's why you have the skip button. Right, okay. Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know why it doesn't have then a like skip back option. So yes, you don't have to go through the repetitive dialogue, which is fair. But then it should have a skip back option as well, in case you need to go back and read something. Because that's what happened. That's what like the later Ace Attorney collections do, like the Apollo Justice trilogy. That has an option where you can just like read through the past dialogue. Usually there's a back option, which is the mouse scroll. Yeah, but I don't know why that's not a thing, and I can't look at my mouse controls because this is a demo. Demos don't usually have like controls or like keybinds. You just have the default controls. So yeah, I don't know why. They should add that. They should have like a back option as well as this option, because this is way too fast. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's here. Who? That police detective from the newspaper. Great. Police detective? Even as I echo those two words, there's a sinking feeling in my stomach. You know, the man who made you crumple the papers and toss them in the trash can. In the end, we had to stop our subscription for the dailies. Detective Theodore Kraus? Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, that's the one. Knowing Theo is here making words. Knowing Theo is here makes my word go momentarily off kill. It's as if by the magic of the fairy tales I malign. The ink in my patron's letter has manifested him into the reception area. Can't you tell him I'm out delivering a lecture on the far side of campus or something? That depends. Is a lie like that going to deter this man? An astute question. She is truly wise beyond her years. Probably not. He'd happily traverse the entire campus just to torment me, I'm guessing. Alright, let him in. With a brisk nod, Minnie returns to the reception area. I barely have time for a steadying breath before Theo barges in. He drops a box on my desk right on the bat. What is this? Why is he in my office? Well, look who the cat dragged in. Not even a how do you do? What? Do niceties suddenly mean something to you? I seem to recall you packing your bags and moving out without so much as a goodbye. There was no one to say goodbye to. Didn't you find out I left only a few days later? At least it made it easier for you to leave, didn't it? There's a tinge of hurt in his voice that I'm only able to pick up because we lived together for several months. As my mouth struggles to catch the words hanging in the air, I feel the piercing icy silence creeping in. I ought to break the silence before I freeze. Damn! This guy, man. What's in the box? He lets out a deep sigh that rather sounds like relief. The things that somehow you didn't take with you when you left, even that oddly crafted handkerchief you love so much. Is this guy like our ex or something? Because we lived together. Did we date this guy at some point? That handkerchief was a gift for you. I see the corner of his mouth twitch. He's lying. What should I do with this information? Reach out with the box to check. I quickly stretch out my hand to the box, yet he is just as fast in catching my wrist before I open it. I withdrew my hand from his grip swiftly, like a startled bird soaring into the sky. That truly caught me off guard. I've forgotten what his hand feels like. We definitely dated this guy. I was only kidding. Although, you really haven't changed much, haven't you? Have you? You just went straight for it. He sounds amused and slightly pleased, as if he just confirmed the accuracy of one of his deductions. Neither have you. I threw all of it away right after you vanished. He says with a subtle squint in his left eye, another lying tale of his. I can't help but sigh at his antics. Of course you did. So what's really in the box? When I take a guess? I do have an idea. Knowing him, he'd sooner face the whole Al Capone gang by himself and take their bullets before coming to visit me. This must be way more important than our poignant history. Case evidence? I've seen boxes like this one before, but never one quite so large. It's a really big case, isn't it? He nods. The biggest of my career. And to come to me of all people. You must be at your wit's end about this. He looks away as if he is trying to hide how galling the circumstances at hand are. Truth be told, I'd rather face the whole Al Capone gang and take their bullets than have to see you again. We really know this guy, like, way back, like to the T. Like, Jesus. Gee, that stings a little. So why would you? Hold on a minute. You think this has some sort of connection to fairies? He flicks his tongue in exasperation. Oh my, it seems I've hit the bullseye. We stopped talking about fairies at some point when we were still together. I knew it! I knew we dated this guy. Those talks always led to a heated discussion and then into arguments because nothing I could say could change his skepticism towards mystical beings. This is certainly the chance to tease him about it, though it might be unwise considering the emotional peril he must have gone through to get here. What should I do next? Tease him about it. Oh, this must be killing you, Mr. I don't believe in things I can't see. He lets out a loud and sharp exhale, this time with a touch of indignation. Dry up, will ya? I still don't believe they exist. Then why come to us then? I've been running around in circles with this case. For all I know, the perpetrators could just be magicians playing tricks. But then I remember the crazy stuff Alunia, formerly betrothed, once told me, and my hunch got stronger. Oh! They were engaged, at least. And they ended up here. Seems like I touched a nerve. He must have been under a lot of pressure if he talks a blue streak like this. The case must be beyond big. My mistake? Guess I got a little carried away there. So what makes this case so significant? Why do you think it relates to fairies? Are you even allowed to tell me? I hear the sound of a chuckle under the breath like a bolt from the blue. For a brief moment, his gaze on mine seems to revert to how it used to be, until the seriousness returns to his face. First things first, since I'm leading the investigation, I do have some discretion on what details to divulge and to whom. That is, if the confidant can bring value to the investigation, and I've known you for a fact that you can be discreet. Still, I must ask your sworn secrecy on this matter. You got it. So tell me about this case. Why does it seem to be of paramount importance? It's a multiple murder case, potentially perpetrated by a single culprit. Okay, so a serial killer. The victims are chiefly middle-aged women residing north of the city. Is this going to be like a Jack the Ripper case? They're from old money families, the types that make regular appearances at high society events. Okay. Just a second, I'm taking my phone off charge, chat. I see, no wonder you're all tensed up. You're telling me Chief took me off every other case and insisted I put all my time and effort into this one. Okay. It's only a matter of time until the press catches wind and makes a circus of everything. And with some of the victims' peculiar manner of death, is this going to be like Ace Attorney? Is this going to be like a really weird Ace Attorney death? Yeah, apparently those touched by Fae are targeted by a serial killer, yeah. He pauses. This is where the fairies come in. He silently stares and then sighs. I swear I must be losing my mind. You got it. You got this. Now he draws in a long, deep breath. 3 of the victims had a manner of death that the unit has never seen or heard of before. The strangest case is where the body seemingly hardened into bony tissue overnight. Isn't that like an actual condition? But the thing is that takes years to develop, and I don't know why this would be overnight. I mean, then again, this is literally called death and Faeology. So her corpse almost looks like a carved wooden statue. Oh, I've heard of something like that before. Of course you have. I frown at him. Don't start now. He clears his throat abashedly. Without finding out what caused these deaths, and more importantly, who did this, the press could spin the stories out of control. I don't imagine the look on the victims' families' faces if and when the papers are making a rise of these poor women's deaths. Besides, what kind of depraved, sick bastard goes around murdering women in such a way? This city's already running on fumes. crime's becoming more rampant day by day. People shouldn't have to look over their shoulder every night. It's no way to live. Even as he lapses into silence, I say nothing. It's not just the city. The rising crime is bleeding him dry too. Yeah, I'm unsure what words could soothe those who are fighting it on the front line. I've never been where they are. The frown lines between his eyebrows go deeper. You know, considering the victims' backgrounds, having these murders being exaggerated in papers would pressure the families to insist on closing the case as soon as possible, no matter the cost. No matter who's to blame. You're right. Innocent people are going to bear the brunt for this. This is a terrible situation. I feel my stomach churning. My arms cross on instinct, trying to hold my own disquietude in place. Is there anything you can do? I'm just one man. Try as I might, I can't keep those rotten police brass from lining their pockets. Nothing but a pack of lowlifes in high places. He exhales sharply, his voice laced with contempt. Then he fell into silence yet again. Similarly, words seem to have abandoned me, as I can't shake the feeling of helplessness crawling under my skin. After a minute, he meets my eyes once more. Well, you're a good listener. Better than most. He curls his lips into almost a smile. I don't mind at all. Thanks. He clears his throat once more. Alright, let's get down to brass tacks. This box includes case files, crime scene photos, a couple of blood samples, which I was able to request to bring to you, and several other pieces of evidence. Okay, evidence time. Other than the strange manners of death I've said, forensics was puzzled too by the blood samples. Oh? How so? One of them doesn't contain iron. So they were anemic, but then anemic people just have low iron. Not no iron altogether. That's interesting. Nothing surprises you, does it? Well, about this peculiarity, I'd bring up something from my fairy books, but you'd always find a way to deny it. You're right about that. I'm still investigating the possibility of unknown drugs or poison that somehow caused these oddities. I mean, there might be a scientific explanation for, the no iron whatsoever. But just turning into, bone overnight, that's not really a thing. Unless, the victim already had, a pre-existing condition. And somehow, some fairies managed to, speed that up. Touched by fae disappeared iron, yeah. Yeah, this is concerning. But I'd be a fool not to go after my hunches and look into all the possibilities. By the way, I made dinner. Ooh! What are you having for food? What are you having for dinner? What about robbery? It's ruled out. No fingerprints, no evidence of breaking in. Nothing had been stolen. And motives? Revenge? We're still interviewing the city elites, looking for possible motives. Chicken and rice? Ooh! That sounds nice. Enjoy it. Hope you enjoy it. But it takes time. You know how it is. Yeah, of course. They're busy. They're very busy. Speaking of city elites, aka the rich, I know people who can be very helpful into getting some inside information. His expression turns sour at a full tilt. Who? That man? I said people, but yes, that man would be particularly helpful in this matter. You know, if it was Edgeworth here, then that one would be, Phoenix, right? You think one of these characters is a descendant of Ryunosuke, an ancestor of Phoenix? Same thing. Phoenix is a direct descendant of Ryunosuke. Thank you. You're welcome. But yeah. He's ghost brazenly and doesn't even try to hide it. Even at the first meeting with Mr. Henkel, there was some inexplicable tension between the two. Theo said something about Mr. Henkel feeling off, and I always hated it whenever I had something to do with him. I think Mr. Henkel is the killer. But it might just be jealousy in disguise. You know I'm right. Even if he's barely in the newspapers, he's most likely at the pinnacle of high society. And I don't think he'll mind if I ask him a few things about this. Why, of course, he's always got a soft spot for you. Hell, he's probably carried a torch for you for a long time. judging by the way he followed you everywhere. Well, he happened to be interested in Faeology and has a lot of money to allow its development. Look at you, all ready to defend him. What, are you to an item now? I might have steered this reunion right back to where we were months ago by bringing up Mr. Henkel, but it was necessary to mention him. I don't know anybody else who would have that much information about high society. Besides, there's never really been anything, even if we did go to fundraising events together from time to time. It was strictly business. Yet again, Theo seems to lose his reason whenever we talk about Mr. Henkel. I don't have the time or energy to argue with him. What should I do? Ooh, try to make him see reason or explain the truth about the relationship with Mr. Henkel. I think I'm gonna go with explain the truth. We're not anything. We go to fundraising events from time to time, but these are work. Explain the truth, yes. Yes. Okay. I've got to get money for my research from somewhere, you know. Our relationship is strictly business. He gives me a dirty look. Fuck off, lad. Fuck off. This man. Sure, I believe you. Yeah, sure you believe us, yeah. No, he doesn't. Exactly. He does not. Besides, what I do with him is none of your beeswax. Oh my god, when that was a popular phrase. Every so often I keep forgetting that this is set in the literal probably 1920s, the 1900s. I keep forgetting that this is set in the 1900s. His voice becomes even more irritated. That's right, it's not my concern. Do whatever you want with him. Just make sure he can keep his mouth shut about the case. I can't help but groan at this turn of events. I will. While we're on the subject of useful allies, you mentioned before about blood that doesn't contain iron. I could take the blood samples to the university's chemist. She's good at what she does. And she's from a rich family. She might know some of the victims, or their families at least. I'll trust your judgment. I'll take it this is you agreeing to help with the case. That's right. There are lives at stake. He let out a soft smile, as though in quiet agreement with what I said. Thank you. Well, if you think it'll be helpful, you can even ask the people you mentioned what they know using the evidence items. But the case files are for your eyes only. Understood. He fell in silence somehow, leaving an uncomfortable hush in the air once more. Suddenly, a realization comes to mind. Does this mean you'd be willing to hear about fairies? About Faeology? That depends. If this was indeed fairy doings, and if for your investigation you can provide solid theories on 3 things: the culprit, the culprit, their methods of murder, and their motives, supported by evidence, of course. I'm sticking with the idea that there's a logical explanation, an earthly one, for now. Fair enough. I'd wager that we have approximately 24 hours to get some sort of answer. An answer that makes sense. Basically do my whole job for me. Literally, we are just his unpaid intern at this point. I can feel the papers are close to getting the story. While you're investigating this lead, I'll look further into unusual drugs and poisons. How about it, Faeologist? Do you dare take on this challenge? Do I? Of fucking course. Accept the challenge. Bring it on, detective. This brings a grin into his almost consistent, brooding expression. Good. If you need anything from me, just ring me. Aye, sir. I forget. I just completely forgotten. No. For a second there, I was just like, there are phones in this? But then I remember, oh yeah, phones have been a thing for the past 100 years. I wouldn't have accepted it. Well, I love a good challenge. So yeah, I am accepting it. But you need to promise me that you'll not just hear me out, but also keep an open mind on fairy topics if I succeed in what you asked. I promise. But I can't promise not to scoff from time to time. That's good enough. Let's get going. Maybe this will be an opportunity for you to increase Faeology's credibility in the eyes of academics. Maybe. Seems like some detective has been following the tiny part of Faeology in the newspaper. Says you. The one who had to stop the daily paper subscription just because some detective kept getting the headlines. Yeah, but looks like a trap. Looks like a trap, yes. But it's a fun challenge nonetheless. Before I could finish, he had walked towards the door and opened it. See you tomorrow around the same time. I heard the door close. Hey! I exclaim with a hint of frustration. After some thought, I realised that he must have noticed the missing newspaper on my desk and my assistant's. Reading the papers was a part of my daily routine when we were together. I can only shake my head in disbelief. He hasn't changed much either. As I reminiscing about a few moments of our past relationship, Oz reveals himself again, now that we're all alone. That was quite the reunion. It was quite the reunion indeed. He hasn't changed at all, has he? I suppose. Although, you don't have an obligation to help him. I know, but I've already agreed. Very well, just don't overwork yourself. Yeah, thanks Oz. I find myself slowly drifting into fall. A victim's manner of death, hardening into bony tissue, could be one of the fairy curses, Ozification. If only I could ask Oz whether a fairy was behind this and which one, but it is not that simple. Even if they are my long-time companion, fairies have their own rules about exchanging favours, and they are very secretive about their land too. A favour like that doesn't come cheap. At least I'm stocked up on milk and honey for small requests. Speaking of requests, I should get started on a reply to my patron's letter. For some reason he seems to be more insistent this time that I come with him to the gala. I retrieve a paper and pen, and I mumble to myself as I write. Dear Mr. Henkel, I hope your recent forays into high society have proven more fruitful than they have in... Should I be hyperbolic? Yes, I will be hyperbolic. More fruitful than they have been in centuries you've been roaming amongst their lavish ranks. Believe it or not, I've been considering whether the merits of trying to oppress the wealthiest folk of the city outweigh the obvious indignities. You first brought up the possibility of my accompanying you to the annual Lias Gala a couple of months ago, and I'm still weighing my options. How do I want to play this? Coy or apologetic? Coy or apologetic? I'm gonna say be apologetic. I still don't have a definitive answer for you at present, I'm afraid. I sincerely apologise for my indecisiveness. About Ruthie, I can't say I'm surprised to hear about her latest flirtations with disaster. Since we were both toddlers, she's frequently found herself in trouble. Her fiery personality certainly doesn't help her get out quarrels. I would love to telephone her and ask how she's doing, but we drifted apart a long time ago. Nevertheless, I'm glad to hear that Theo was there to smooch things over for her. I've now arrived at the topic of Theo, or Detective Krause as my patron refers. I suppose its query was meant to uncover whether I still care for Theo. How should I answer? Sometimes my thoughts wander back to him, or he and I are old news. I'm going to say sometimes my thoughts wander back to him. I remember under my breath as I write. As for Theo, I must be honest about that. Sometimes my thoughts wander back to him. However, such thoughts are fleeting at best. I have not a single moment of regret over the decision to end it. Upon signing off, I seal the letter with wax, and then turn over toward my trusted Fae. Oz, can I please trouble you with something? You want me to deliver this letter to your patron, don't you? Indeed, time is of the essence here. As always, please take care not to catch anybody's attention. He'll see it by tomorrow morning, I'm sure. It would be my pleasure. Thank you, Oz. I'm off. I'll see you later today. I watch as Oz flits out of my office window and vanishes. Once the Fae is gone, I call my assistant to my office. Yes, Professor? Hold on 1 second. I rifle through the contents of the box. Carefully, I extract the blood samples that Theo mentioned. They appear to be stored in test tubes. Would you mind asking Dr. Rayford to analyse his blood samples? I'll do that, sure. As I hand the samples to her, I notice that she looks like she wants to say something. Over the 2 years we have been working together, I picked up on a few of her tells. What is it, Minnie? How did it go with the detective? Ooh, if you don't mind me asking. Oh no, not at all. He's the same as always. There's lingering beef, of course, but we've sort of managed to put it aside for something more important. He has brought me a rather significant case that he suspects might have some supernatural elements, as hard as it was for him to admit it. Oh, good for him. I can't help but grin at her remark. I'm glad it didn't end in a shouting match, at least. Yeah, me too. I deliver the blood samples now, Professor. Thank you, Minnie. Minnie hurries out. I'm alone in my office again. I'm remembering the conversation about the case. I'm suddenly engulfed by the unexplainable, eerie feelings. Unexplainable feelings, you say? I should start the investigation right away. Ooh, okay. Drag and drop the item from the inventory to the desk. Select an item in the records, then press the icon to open the inspector and read insights you've gathered. Hover the magnifying glass above an evidence to access the information and see the details in it. Use the black light to see invisible things. Read the encyclopedia to gain additional information. Press the button to end the investigation. Okay, so record, got tools, and then that's just a tutorial. Okay, so we've got our black light, we've got our magnifying glass, we've got our book. So yeah, and then we've got a bunch of things. Okay, we've got this ring, which I'm gonna put here. Ooh, there's something here, black light, and then magnifying glass. A wedding ring seems to be made of gold, okay. Okay, but nothing else. Okay, can I put this back in the record? Yes, I can. And the ad is starting in 5 minutes, by the way. I'm gonna check everything out on this page. We've got the annual gala. My patron invited me to this event. I'm still uncertain if I want to attend. Okay, Saturday 20th of October, 8 o'clock in the evening. Okay, then we've got this. I've seen this makeup powder somewhere recently. It's from Nectar Bell. This must have belonged to one of them, but which? I wonder if the owner likes the box design and carrying it around in her pocket since it's already used up. Perhaps the chemist has some interesting insight since her family owns the brand. Oh! Rich. Okay, let's put that there for now. There's a coin. Ooh. What's happening? Oh. The texture looks interesting. Oh. Does this have like a spell? Let's see. We've got black light. All fairy kind seem to be weak against iron, although a small amount of iron, such as in meat or blood, does not seem to ward off fairies. Historically, cooled iron was often forged as weapons and used to repel fairy magic. The intricate use of iron, combined with physics and chemistry, is applied by Faeologists to develop a special black light to detect and distinguish the magical essence of the 3 main types of fae. Beneath the black light, scribe magic appears blue, warrior magic.
Going to work.
And parasitic magic purple or violet. Sustained black light illumination on an object imbued with fairy magic may reveal intricate details of certain complex spells. Okay. Oh, I've seen this before. This is a parasitic fae. A failed transformation magic? Oh. Wait a minute, let me go to my record. Go to here. Is this gonna be... Okay, that doesn't seem to do anything. Let me put this back in the record. Wow, okay. I'm gonna grab some of the photos out. I'm gonna grab the photos out for now, and then we can just put them back in one by one. And then where is that? Oh, the phase in our thing. Wait, let me have a look actually. Where's Scribe Warrior? That's parasitic. Fairies with limited magic consistently need to feed off other sources of energy and mostly drained from humans such as blood, hormones, emotions, and life force. However, the mechanisms and rates at which these drainage processes occur are greatly varied. Okay, then we've got Changeling. These are unconfirmed rumors that some high fays like to capture humans and bring them into the fairyland for purposes such as forced reproduction, servitude, ritualized combat for their amusement, and so on. The fairies leave changelings behind to mask their absence. Oh. A changeling is composed of several fae, typically of the parasitic type, magically transformed to look almost exactly like an abducted human. Due to the complexity of the fae magic required to create a changeling, the enchantment almost always goes awry. Anomalies coming across amongst changelings include an extra finger or an extra toe. Oh. Nearby heat conductors, such as small metallic objects, have also been known to repel or to ward off magic creating changelings. Wait a minute, is this a changeling? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a changeling. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I'm gonna move her up there. That doesn't seem to be a changeling because it's like she's got 4 fingers here, and then I assume that her thumb is just hidden there. It's the third victim's crime scene. Her fingers, I've seen corpses before, but never like this. There's another strange thing about her fingers. Wait a minute. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there for now, but that is definitely a changeling. The other starting scene, by the way. And then the first victim's crime scene. Yeah, this is one of the victims that we just talked about. This is the first time I encountered something that could be ossification. I feel sick to my stomach. No one deserves to die like this. Something's odd with her fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then one behind there. Let's see. Can I just look at it? Does she have 6? That guy is changeling with the fingers. Check all the fingers. Yeah. This one has like 5 fingers here, and then I assume that there's maybe another finger behind there. Is that a changeling? Wait, let me look at. Is there ossification? Stuff about ossification in this. Okay, transfiguration. Okay, yeah. Just say, although quite rare, some high fays can transform living beings into solid objects such as stone or bone. Is that a woman or a man with the white hair? I'm not actually sure. I think it's a woman actually. It's a woman, yeah, it's a woman because the detective said earlier that all the victims were middle-aged women. Okay. And then it seems to be the second victim's crime scene. Her complexion. It's not quite the pale hue of death. Far paler than it should be possible, almost strain of colour. Something's odd with her fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She has 6 fingers as well. Are these all fae? Wait a minute. These are just family photos. Okay, wait. This is the 4th victim's crime scene. Poor girl. It's a cruel thing to see youth being stolen so abruptly. Is this the only human? The woman has 5 fingers and then a thumb. Is that woman or man with white hair? Could be, yeah. I feel like this might be the only human, but I'm not sure since these other 3, like I'm not sure about this one here, but these 2 are definitely fae. So yeah, I'm just checking this. There we go. Yeah, these 2 definitely are fae. Okay, let's see. Okay, this photo. So this middle-aged woman with pearls is the victim. I guess it's the elderly man with facial hair is her father. This elderly woman with the fur coat is the mother, I suppose. I think the person who has burnt fingers is not fair. Again, look at the fingers. I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, this person has 6 fingers. This other man in the darker suit is maybe her brother. But yeah, this person has 6 fingers. Well, 5 fingers and a thumb. But yeah, that is definitely a fae. So we've got. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is not the fae, but then this is the fae. So yeah, in between these 2 photos getting taken, she got replaced. Well, obviously, but yeah. Then we've got this one. So this middle-aged woman in the collared blouse is the victim. I guess this elderly man in the suit is her father. This elderly woman is wearing the cardigan is her mother, I suppose. This bespectacled man is perhaps her brother. Fuck. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then maybe 5. Okay. Let me get out the. Fuck! I did not need to do that. Let me get out the other stuff in the. Also check the. Yeah. I've just checked the family ones. Okay. So. Wait a minute, I didn't mean to put that in there. I meant to get the records out. Oh man, wait a minute. I should probably check the. Okay, who's this? Who is this one? Wait a minute. Oh fuck. Wait a minute. Let me move. I need to move everything. Okay, photos can just go in a pile. Okay, that's all the photos, right? Yeah, all the 4 victims. Okay, black light can. Oh, wait. I don't need to check. I don't need to use black light on the things. Actually, wait a minute. Saw something in their hands. Wait a minute. What is that? Wait a minute. What the fuck? Okay, I need to put this in the. I need to put the fucking. I don't need to put dials in there. I need to put the book in the record. Can I not put? I can't put the book in the record. Oh wait, tools. Put it in the tools thing. Yeah, there's that. But like, what the fuck? Okay, wait a minute. No, I didn't mean to. Not magnifying glass. Black light. None of the victims have this same sigil. None of them have that same sigil. Huh? Okay, wait. Case file. Wait a minute. How do I use the case files? Wait, just use the magnifying glass. Yeah. Wait, what? I keep skipping over the tutorial. So let's now in the records. Press the icon to open the inspector and read the insight you've gathered. Yeah. Okay. What? Grab that. Case 1, Audrey Woodridge. Wait, who was the first victim? Help. Why is it not? Where's the thing not working? Why is the thing not working anymore? Why is the thing? That's working. Wait, let me put these away. Why is the thing not working? I'm not. Let me save it here. Why is the thing not working? Saved it. I can't save the data. Why won't it work? Well, it'll not work unless I have the thing out. Oh, it's the victim. Oh wait, that's the. Let me look at the family photos. Wait a minute. I'm gonna reload the game, but then we can just quickly Skip through new game. Wait a minute, can I do... Yeah, we're just gonna do a new game because this is a demo. And just do that until the dialogue options. We need to reach out for the box. Tease him. Explain the truth. Accept challenge. We did hyperbolic, apologetic. That one. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me get out my tools again. And then I'm gonna get out all the. Okay, I'm gonna move that over there. We have case file 1. Okay, that's not. Okay, we don't have the information on that yet. Oh, that's the. Oh, it just says that. Okay, that's victim 1. Oh fuck. Okay, this is victim 1, and I'm guessing this is just See some more. Yeah, they're all in order. Yeah. Okay. We've got victim 2. We're gonna go victim by victim now. So yeah. Why isn't my... Oh, first victim's seen. No, someone's odd with her fingers. Yeah. So yeah, can I? Okay. Will it then say it doesn't have anything on her, which is strange. And then wait a minute. Wait, why is it not saying? It's not saying the actual man on. It's not saying this for Audrey. What the fuck? Huh? Huh? I'm confused. Well, we did this and we did this and held it over for a little bit. I'm confused. Move it over here. Parasitic Fae. Can we put the flashlight over here? Wait a minute, can we open it now? That seems to be doing something. If we just leave it over, will it do the same thing? It doesn't seem to be doing anything, but it makes a noise. So yeah, let me have a look at the other case file, see some more. Doesn't give the information. Okay. I'm gonna put this over. It's just no idea what happened now, I'm confused too. Yeah, so am I. Again, this is just a demo, but like, can I just skip this section? Because I am very confused. Let me have a look at the community hub on Steam and see if anyone else is having the same issues. Wait a minute. It's a walkthrough. So when you hover it over with that glass thing, yeah, I'm confused too. Okay, let me put. The case report is back there, so that's victim 1, victim 2, victim 3, victim 4. Yeah, I am very the ringtone's red. Yeah. Ringtone's red, but I don't know what happens with that. Okay, wait. This is the only person who has ringtone in red. This is definitely a changeling. So yeah, these are definitely phase. Can I? Yeah, these are definitely phase, but I don't know how to like connect the evidence or like progress further. And I don't know how this comes into it. I am really confused. Let me see, let me look further look. I am so confused. Let's see. Wait a minute, the creators just put on the thing. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I might just be a dumbass. Wait a minute. I think it's just this thing. I think let me see, can I? There we go. Name Audrey thingy. Name was Audrey. Manner of death had an interbone tissue. From afar, the corpse looks like a carved wooden statue. Time of death around 1 p.m. Victim profiler, an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. The victim reported hearing strange noises and seeing strange phenomena in the days immediately preceding her death. The interviewing officer suspected, due to the victim's strange behaviour, involvement in occult matters. Forensic reports, no traces of drugs or poison from what could be extracted from her body. Further autopsy is still in progress due to the victim's manner of death. Waldridge. That's a familiar name. Okay. Now, question is, yes. Okay. We just needed to investigate it. Okay. It's just that this is a bit finicky. Name Susan Moore, age 40 years old. Okay, old. Manner of death, refusing to drink anything but her own blood. Oh. Time of death around 11 a.m. Victim profile, an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. Police report, the victim's mother reported that the victim was suffering from a prolonged paranoid episode in the days leading to her death. Specifically, the victim was acting erratically and saying strange things. What kind of nutcase is that? I have no idea. Despite the manner of death, there are no signs of dehydration or hemochromatosis. No trace of drugs or poisons. Blood type unknown. Other blood-related investigations are underway. Blood does not contain iron. So, I'm guessing, so this is victim 2. Then that's victim 1. Let me look at these. Name, Edna Niblett, age 64 years old. Manner of death, gnawing at her own fingers down to the bone, around 10 a.m. An affluent middle-aged woman in the city. So, drinking her own blood, weird. What I'm guessing though, from everything we've just seen, is that these are actually not the fairies. No, these aren't actually the actual victims. They're like changelings, I guess. So, yeah, maybe they like spent too much time in like a human body and around like iron and stuff, and maybe that affected them in a way. A friend of the victim reported that she visited the victim's residence to drop off an invitation shortly prior to the victim's death. The friend also wanted to check on the victim's well-being, as she had allegedly been acting strangely at the party the night before, which may have been because, yeah, the actual ones are abducted, yeah, because she was acting strangely because it wasn't the actual victim. According to the friend, she witnessed an emotionally charged conversation between the victim and a young factory girl. However, the friend didn't think much of the interaction at the time. At the crime scene, the invitation card dropped off by a friend was seen close to the victim's corpse and was taken in as evidence. No traces of drugs or poisons, blood type unknown, other blood-related investigations underway. Blood does not contain iron. So it's 2 and 3 that does not contain iron. And this was I'm guessing this was the invitation that was given. Patron invited us to this event. I'm still uncertain if I want to attend. Yeah, this was the invitation given. So, yeah. Close that. Named Mary Hatchin, age 19. Okay, she's the youngest of all these victims. Like, all the other ones were like middle-aged, and this one is just like still technically a teenager in a way. Death from shock due to arsenic poisoning. Around 6 p.m, a young factory girl. Despite not fitting in the trend of the previous victim profiles, she has been preliminary included in this case because she was seen having a heated conversation with the third victim shortly before that death. So, yeah. So, 60 plus isn't middle age, that's near death. I would just say like middle age because one of the other victims was 40. So, yeah, and the detective earlier described them as middle aged, so I just said middle aged. The victim's father described her as not acting like herself in the days before she passed. Shortly before her death, the victim visited the police station. According to the interviewing officer, she seemed to be on the brink of confessing something when a look of terror suddenly crossed her face. She then appeared to change her mind. She hurriedly left the station without saying anything further to the interviewing officer. Or really is the difference between 40 and 60? I feel 60 at 23. Honestly, mood. Prior to death, the victim suffered from violent abdominal cramping followed by diarrhea and vomiting, consistent with the effects of arsenic poisoning. Traces of said poison can be found in blood type A, so she's the only one that we know the blood type of. Interesting. So I'm guessing she's the only human in all of this because, like, she's the only one that we know has like the normal amount of fingers, and the only thing that would indicate her being a changeling was it being reported that she wasn't acting like herself. That's just it. That's the only thing. So, yeah. But yeah, it is like... But I think we have more evidence to say, oh, victim 4 was a human rather than her being a changeling. So, yeah. And the glass she was drinking from the time near death, blood contains iron and other elements commonly found in human blood. Yeah, we have more evidence that's like saying, hey, she's a human because she's also the only one. She's the only one that we know the blood type of, and the only one that has iron. That definitively says, hey, it contains iron. So yeah, thank you for the hydrated vibe, by the way. Thank you. Okay. I've got this Moore family photo. Wait, which one was Moore again? That's Mary Hatcher. That's the Wooldridge. Two was... Okay, this was victim 2. So, yeah, this is the same person. And then Wooldridge was victim 1. So, these two are the same person. Okay. First victim's crime scene. First time I encountered something that could be ossification, feels sticks in my stomach. No one deserves to stand like this. And yeah, she's a changeling. We've already read all this. I'm just gonna quickly skip through all this. Okay, then we've got this. Okay, can I? Okay, it's not really doing anything with this. So yeah, I don't think that works on that. Yeah, this glows. Parasitic fed. Okay. Can we can't really analyze this further, so I'm gonna stuff the Fae back in the record. And then, oh wait a minute. Oh wait, it's made out of gold, but it has some iron elements in it, so it's probably an ally. And this is her wedding ring, I assume. What's on her hand? Yeah, that's sigil. Yeah, so something on their hands? Oh! 2 people's hand, okay. Not just one person's hand, okay. I'm gonna stuff these back in our markings on the hand of one person. Okay, it's coming with an end investigation. So I assume that we can't do anything else. Yeah, I assume we can't do anything else. So I'm gonna end it. Confirm end the investigation. Okay. Okay, the investigation section does seem like and why are you just randomly like say OBS, why are you just saying connecting to chat? Shut up. Shut up, OBS. Randomly OBS will just be like, oh, we're reconnecting to chat. Like, bro, alright, internet is fine. Shut the fuck up, OBS. OBS is just silly. OBS is just very, very silly at times. Yeah, so I'll just be a second chat. Why? Yeah, exactly. OBS can just be very silly for whatever reason. It just says, reconnecting to chat. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. My internet is fine. A knock on the door makes me glance up from my desk. I realise the sun has set while I've been absorbed in the investigation. Come in. My assistant enters the office. Minnie! I love Minnie. I really like Minnie. Dr. Rayford has arrived to drop off the blood samples and she wants to talk to you. Already? Yeah, she's just out of the office. I must say I'm pleasantly surprised at her work speed. Alright, send her in. Minnie nods. She returns to the reception area. Dr. Florence Rayford enters. It has only been 3 years since she worked at this university, but she has proven her reliability more often than not. Good evening, Professor. Good evening, Doctor. Dr. Rayford hands over the blood samples. So gives me her lab report. Here you go. Thank you. So what have you found? The most peculiar thing is that there is no iron in one of the blood samples. Say, is this very related? Very possibly, yes. Her question prompts me to ask myself, to what extent to this case can I divulge to her? Theo did say that I may ask the patron or her for information using some of the evidence. Although she has knowledge of fairies and their curses, can she handle seeing the crime scene photographs? As I return from my thoughts, I notice her voice has taken on a high pitch. This is so exciting. You shouldn't divulge anything. Okay, so I think I kind of do want to show her the photographs, cause I'm like, okay, we don't show her the case files, but maybe the photographs. But I'm not sure because I'm not sure actually because these don't seem to be human, especially nothing case related unless you know she's not a changeling. Okay. We're not showing her anything. I think photographs are fine. Yes. Okay. I am just the photographs, but without the context. That is it. Without like the case files or anything like that. I just show her the photographs without any context. Yes. Okay. This is so exciting. I work under the police. Does this mean that we'll get better credibility in the eyes of the public? Oh, we're going to be in the newspapers, aren't we? And not on the usual corner spots too. Oh, I can hardly contain myself. It appears she took my silence as a yes. It's good that she's excited about the possibility of advancement for Faeology, but her cheerful disposition can sometimes be rather overstimulating. As if I'm cute, a knock on the door arrives to spare me. This specific sound is familiar, more familiar than when my assistant knocks. Special delivery. Mr. Henkel's hands are empty. And what, pray might, you be bringing for me? Is it you? Are you the special delivery, Mr. Henkel? If you wish to call me special, then I certainly won't stop you. I did bring a box of huckleberry muffins for your office. Minerva was instantly enamored by their buttery scent. She's currently feasting on them. I love Minnie. We can only hope that she'll leave a muffin apiece for the rest of us. Oh, hello. Hello there, Florence. I didn't expect to see you in this office. Oh. Hello, Mr. Henkel. Fancy seeing you here. Although you do have a habit of making this office your sole stop on campus. She chuckles. That's just because this is where all my money went. A well-spent investment nonetheless. He makes a retort at Dr. Rayford, but throws a subtle smile in my direction. How cheeky. So, Florence, what's been occupying your time as of late? She looks at me briefly, possibly wondering whether she should tell him about what she did for me. The usual matters, I suppose. I tried asking your father about you at the last soiree. However, he confessed he didn't have the faintest idea. You must tell me more about your chemical research one of these days. I don't like the look of this guy. No, neither do I. This guy is very suspicious. If we ever get the option in the full game, honest lady, yeah, I feel like I slightly trust her more because she was the one that analysed the blood for us. She kind of did something for us first. So I slightly trust her more than him. And I feel like in the full game, if we ever get the option of being able to turn down his letter to, like, inviting us to go to the gala, I'm definitely rejecting it because I currently do not trust this guy. But yeah, I slightly trust Florence more than Oscar. Slightly more, just because she did something for us first, you know. So she's slightly more trustworthy, but he, right now, not very trustworthy at all. But yeah, the colourful pursuits of you young academics thrill me to no end. Yeah. You know, I can't share all that much, Mr. Henkel, unless of course you find yourself in the position to become the chemistry department's benefactor. Then all their secrets are yours. A more playful giggle escapes her lips this time. I'm afraid I'm all tapped out, financially speaking. I'm not buying that one not for a second. He's still in fibs, isn't he, Professor? Well, now I certainly don't want to get in trouble with the money talk of the rich. I wish I had that information, Doctor. It would make proposing for research much easier, with a bit of delicate leverage, naturally. Mr. Henkel laughs in amusement. I feel I should ask the reason he's here before this conversation takes an odd turn. Oh, definitely. On another note, Mr. Henkel, did you get my letter? Is that the reason you dropped by? Upon recalling that I asked Oz to insert the letter into the mailbox only this afternoon, I'm about to retract these questions. Unexpectedly, though, he bowed his head in assent. Your words have always had this immersive impact on me. Perhaps that is why you are such an effective educator. Whenever I encounter your written language, I long to hear it spoken post-haste. Are you putting a spell on your letters by any chance? No. I think you're the one with all the spells, Mr. Henkel. Your muffins, for one, have always been successful in getting Minnie's guard down. Oh dear, you two are making me blush. I suppose it's time I take my leave and let you be. I'm due somewhere shortly anyhow. No, that might not be necessary. I can't stay long either. Mr. Henkel lapses into silence as he continues staring into my eyes. Yeah, this guy. I do not trust him in the slightest. It's difficult to maintain eye contact with him, but even harder to look away. Don't leave us alone with this creep. Yeah, exactly. Luckily, Minnie is just outside of our office if need be. But yeah, Florence, don't leave, please. I wonder what I should do. I had to discuss the case, but both of them seem to be in a hurry. Should I tell Mr. Henkel to return another day since I need to have an important conversation with Dr. Rayford right away? Or should I dismiss the chemist and meet with my patron now? There are benefits to either choice. Soliciting Dr. Rayford's opinion on the case may be a good idea. She could share more insight on the chemistry side of the case. Her parents own a successful company that produces the powder makeup in evidence. She would also know the social happenings amongst the wealthy elites. Ask the old creepy to leave. I would definitely do that. That is literally exactly what I was thinking. On the other hand, Mr. Henkel is also a viable candidate for an interview. For what? His connections within high society know no bounds. Everybody seems to know him one way or another. He might know things Dr. Rayford doesn't. there are other rich people. Since he has been funding my research for a long time, he's also more familiar with fairy topics. Whom should I interview? Dr. Rayford. Dr. Rayford, would you mind staying a little longer? I'd like to hear your opinion about something. Dr. Rayford glances at me, and then Mr. Henkel, and then back at me with a glimmer of mischief in her smile. Are you sure, Professor? I let out a resigned sigh. Sometimes it can be difficult to deal with her teasing. Yes. When I address my patron once more, regret colours my tone. Mr. Henkel, would you mind coming back another day? I have something crucial to discuss with the doctor at present. Of course, I understand your scientific pursuits precede all else. I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you for dropping off those muffins. He only replies with a smile. I'll see you soon. Right? As soon as possible. I promise. Mr. Henkel and Dr. Rayford exchange brief goodbyes. My patron then departs. I'm alone with the chemist again. Doctor, I might need your further assistance regarding the blood samples, and also something more pressing. So, is it true? You are working with the police? I suppose. So it is true even. So is it true? I suppose Detective Krause consulted me this morning about an ongoing criminal case. Oh, do I sense some old flame flickering back to life? Nope. Your eyes are tricking you, Doctor. It has been ashes for a long time now, and nothing has changed. There's a hint of disbelief in her eyes, but I won't indulge in her playful teasing as there is a more important matter at hand. I clear my throat. And Tata Queen, hello! Hello. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. How's your stream? Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome on in, everybody. If you guys don't know me, hi, I'm Poppy. I am a variety streamer. I play a lot of different games, mainly cozy games with a side of comedy and horror. Today we are playing Death and Faeology, which is a murder mystery visual novel. We are currently playing the demo for it, and yeah, hope you enjoy the stream. Hello, Barry Boppins. Sorry to raid and run, gotta get my kids to school. No problem, Tater, no problem. Then having an amazing stream, love. And thank you again for the raid. Thank you again. I hope your stream went well, and yeah, thank you again, everybody. But yes, hello everybody. Again, I'm Poppy Nutella, variety streamer. I play a lot of cozy games with a side of horror and comedy games. Currently, we are playing the demo for Death and Faeology, which is a murder mystery visual novel that has some romance paths and has several different endings. There is currently no release date for this as of yet, but this game was announced at the Women-Led Games section of the Summer Game Fest, and I actually watched that portion and I really enjoyed watching it. And welcome on in, Tuffer. Hello. And yeah, when I was watching the Women-Led Games section of the Summer Game Fest, I saw this game. They said murder mystery visual novel. I was instantly hooked. And also I think the art style is like really cool. And yeah. Thank you again, Tater, for the raid. And yeah. How are you guys doing? How's it going? How's everyone doing today? Yeah, so currently we're playing the Death and Faeology demo, and currently we have been asked by a detective to help him on a case. We are a Faeology professor at university, and the detective is our ex-fiance, our ex-betrothed, as he kind of put it. And he came to us being like, hey, I'm working on this serial murder case, and I have no leads other than it is possible that the murders were committed by fairies or are somehow related to the Fae. And this detective, he is very skeptical about the Fae, and he was like, I need you to, I'm not very skeptical, but I can't, but I have nowhere else to go, and I also don't want you to divulge the details of the case to anyone. If you need to include anyone else in the case for whatever reason, keep the details sparse, you know? Like, for example, we had to include a doctor of chemistry, a chemistry researcher, who is our lovely doctor right here, Dr. Rayford, what's her name, Florence Rayford? Dr. Rayford right here. And she actually analysed some blood for us over at her lab, and we are currently divulging very minimal details to her and asking for her input on the details that we can give her at this moment. So yeah, that is currently what we are doing. We are currently discussing what we can with our doctor. And the reason the detective was like, hey, can you not tell anyone, can you leave the details sparse, can you like give very minimal details to the people you need to include, is because he didn't want this getting out. He didn't want this serial murder case to get out to the press. Basically, he didn't want like this to be in like the weekend news. He didn't want this to be in the newspaper. So we are kind of like trying to prevent that as much as possible. So yeah, we are currently and like I said, we are currently discussing the case with Dr. Rayford right here. So I would also like to ask you for information, as you may be acquainted with some of the victims or their friends and families. Alright, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you, although I do need your sworn secrecy on this. Of course, I'm adept at keeping secrets. You need not worry. Those samples I analysed are part of the evidence in this case, right? That's right. Let us begin. I tell her the fundamental facts of the case while she listens silently, all the while. When I finish my summation, she has only one word to say to me. Interesting. I've forgotten what we're gonna say. Oh wait, ask her about the makeup. My parents' greatest achievement. It's one of the things I wanted to ask you, Doctor. Give me an example. What secrets have you get? Exactly. I don't know much about makeup. How popular is this powder among high society? Powder has been the craze lately among the upper class, since my parents have successfully gotten Mary Pickford to do its advertisements. Well, I'll be. Popular telefact. Okay. What popular telefact can I think of at this moment? I guess it's that. This is me trying to think of popular telefact. Oh my god. Okay. I guess it's that in college. So this was in my first year of college. In my first and second year of college, in both years of college, so in both years of my A-levels, I actually wrote some articles for my like college's like news article. I did like our college's like online like yearly like email newsletter. Only takes 500 channel points for those secrets to come loose. Exactly. But yeah, I did 2 articles for them. I can't remember what the first one was for the life of me. Oh no, the first one was on me being a Twitch streamer. And then the second one was on Minecraft, which is very unsurprising, seeing as though a lot of the content I do is on Minecraft. So yeah, I did some articles on Minecraft and streaming on Twitch for my college's it was supposed to be like a monthly thing, but it was actually just yearly. For some reason it was actually yearly when they said, oh, it's going to be published every month. Yeah, my ass. So Yeah. So yeah. Okay. What did we want to ask her? Okay. I want to ask her about this lab report. I've done my best to put all the details there, although I might have missed something regarding the curious blood sample. Let me have a look. Blood sample and then niblet. Ah yes, the most intriguing piece of evidence. That's interesting. Thank you. It's weird, isn't it, that it doesn't contain iron at all, even though it looks just like human blood. Not to mention the high percentage of phosphorus. Oh, would you let me know if it ended up being a fairy at all? Only if I'm allowed. Is there any insight from chemistry as to why there would be no iron in a red-coloured blood? Sadly, no. I'm just as puzzled myself. Okay, Mary Hatcher. I found traces of arsenic in this blood sample, which is consistent because Mary Hatcher was the one that died of arsenic poisoning. Yeah, that was reported by the forensics team too. One wonders who could have done such a thing to that poor girl. Actually, chemists do sell arsenic to common people to make their own weed killer and rat poison. I haven't done that in some time, not since the university contract. But I'm sure the detective has asked his henchmen to collect purchase records from chemists all over the city, don't you think? Okay. What else could we give her? We could give her the ring. Am I proposing me, Professor? I'm afraid my heart still belongs to my late husband. I can hear sorrow seeping through her peppy voice. Well, let's see the ring back. Okay. We could ask her. So we've got these. Got these photos that we could ask her about. I'm gonna ask her. So she gave us the blood of Edna Nibbit and Mary Hatcher. So we should probably ask her about Edna Nibbit and Mary Hatcher. So yeah. Oh yeah, I know her, although I can't seem to recall her name. Mrs. Nibbler. That's right. I saw her quite often at the auction, only going for rare coins. As usual, the winning bid was hers. I wonder if some of those coins carried some sort of curse, since they came from God knows where. And then we've got Mary Hatcher. Do you happen to know this girl? Unfortunately, no, I don't know her. Okay. Let's ask her about Audrey and Susan, because these were also two rich people, and she still does seem to know some rich people because of the people who like buy stuff from her family's company. So Audrey first. There's no sound to be heard as she stares at the photograph for a while. I wonder if it's too much for her. Is this Mrs. Wooldridge? It's a little difficult to recognise her because of the, well, she speaks with her usual sunny lilt, which is quite surprising. I guess she has got a strong stomach. Yeah, you're correct. What do you know of her? Everyone knows her and her family, that's pretty sure. They're one of the richest in the city, the elites of the elites. Accordingly, their circle consists one of the only of the very selected people, such as your patron, I imagine. Oh, and their family likes to host charity events. Did you ever know her to dabble in occult matters? Unfortunately, what I told you previously is all I know about her. If she did dabble, do you think maybe her manner of death is result of occult matters? It is certainly a possibility. And then we've got Susan Moore. Mrs. Moore. Wait a second, my sister's texting me. I need to answer this really quickly. There we go. She seems to recognise the victim quite fast. We met her once or twice at a clothing store and exchanged a few pleasantries. Occasionally I would see her and her husband at various dinner parties as well. They were a lovely couple. It's surprising that she seemed rather unfazed by quite the gruesome photographs. I wonder if she had seen worse deaths caused by chemicals. Although even if I had seen worse, I doubt I could muster such cheer. I've never seen this peculiar side of her. Okay, I don't think we can really ask her about anything else. So I'm gonna ask her about the family photos. This is a family photograph of the Wooldridges. Ah yes, it was everywhere in the papers when her father married the famous and one of the most beautiful socialites. The other man here is Mrs. Wooldridge's stepbrother. Do you know anything about these people aside from being fabulously wealthy and well known? Not particularly. Okay, and then we've got the Moore family photo. This is Mrs. Moore and her family. Could you tell me what you know of them? Well, I've heard that when Mrs. Moore's biological parents passed away, she was adopted by her parents' trusted employees, from whom she received a lot of love. These employees couldn't have children, you see. Her biological parents left her a substantial inheritance, which she received when she came of age. Then, when she was married, out of love, to a wealthy entrepreneur, they were hand in hand wherever they went. It's a sad thing. Her luck seemed to slip away just when she needed it most. Dr. Rayford seemed to know more about Mrs. Moore than she let on earlier. While she sounds quite sympathetic, I can somehow sense a hint of jealousy in her voice. Okay. We could ask her about the invitation, but I'm gonna choose not to. And we can't give her the case reports. But I'm not gonna give her anything really else. So yeah. Confirm. I have no further questions. I believe I have enough information for now. Is that so? Well, alright. Earlier you mentioned you had a prior arrangement, so I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your time. You've been incredibly helpful. It's no problem. Don't hesitate to reach out if you require anything else. I give her a brief nod. Dr. Rayford then departs from my office. I'm alone again, but not for long. My assistant pops into the office. Minnie! Professor, I'm heading home soon. Is there anything else that I can do to help? No, I'll be perfectly fine. I think I'll stay and work for a little longer. Okay, see you tomorrow, Professor. Have a safe trip home. Upon wishing me the same, Minnie leaves. Okay, Minnie is off. I have some time until I wrap up my work day and head home from the office. Okay, so we can then do a little bit of analysing. So we recently got the lab report, and then we've got the 2 blood samples. That's like it, I think. So yeah, I read somewhere that most insects don't have iron in their blood. So yeah, I'm assuming that this is the Fae blood. Oh wait a minute. Oh wait, that one doesn't have the that one doesn't have the iron in its blood, but this one does. Yes, it is Fae blood, yeah. Arsenic, huh? Oh wait, this is the arsenic one. Wait a minute. Oh. It's glowy, yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, scribe. This one. Why did I say that it? Why did I think that the black light detected iron? No, it detects scribe magic. Oh. So this one appears like purple and red. So parasitic, I'm guessing. A bit of parasitic and a bit of warrior magic. Okay, that's just me being stupid. And then we've got the lab report. This is Dr. Rayford's lab report on the blood samples. The content is quite similar to the forensic reports. While elements similarly found in human blood, such as phosphorus, carbohydrates, and some proteins are found in the 3rd victim's blood, it doesn't contain iron. Moreover, the amount of phosphorus found in it is in a higher percentage than that in human blood, making it possible for this to be the blood of a fairy. The 4th victim's blood appears to be normal human blood with iron present. Traces of arsenic are also found, which again is understandable and is what's to be expected because she died of arsenic poisoning. Although there is some new information, I had expected the report to be more detailed. Then again, I did ask her to finish it as soon as possible and she delivered. Okay, we don't really have anything else to look at because we just looked at all this information before, so we can end our investigation. It's the next afternoon. I should be grading assignments, or reviewing the lecture I'm going to deliver come Monday, or do anything productive in the realm of professorial duties. Instead, I find my attention straying more and more toward the office door. I voice my frustrations to good old Oz. Theo will probably arrive any moment. I can't stop wondering whether my explanation will be enough for him. In the past, no sort of explanation ever seemed to please him when it came to fairies. And why should he do so now? My voice cracks with concern. Oh yeah, because he said, look at, try and find who the murderers are, methods of murder, and methods of murder. I don't remember what he said, but it was like methods of murder, who they were, and he said something else. I don't remember. This time he came to you bearing in the mind the possibility of fairy involvement, but I don't think we found everything for him yet. He'd be a fool if he discredits you so soon. My fairy companion's chirping becomes increasingly stern this time. But you need to get yourself together. You must remain steadfast and strong when facing the detective. Don't permit your voice to falter when presenting your findings. I know I can't let myself unravel at this point. It's just that he's never solicited my opinion quite in this manner. A professional insight, no less. All the more reason to be as calm as possible, to be as calm as you can be. Maintaining your composure is essential to delivering a persuasive argument. But no matter what happens, at least you know you tried. At the end of the day, he's the one who needs to solve this case. You're right, of course you are. I'm not a detective, I'm simply a professor sharing my perspective. Thank you, Oz, for always talking me off the ledge. Just then, somebody knocks on the door. That's my cue to sail past your window ledge. Best of luck. I whisper a hurried goodbye to my fairy friend. I'll see you tonight, Oz. Once Oz has flown out, I direct my attention towards the door. Come in. My assistant marches in. Professor, you have a visitor. The detective? Minnie nods. Alright, send him in. Minnie nods once again and walks out of the room. Theo paces around a little bit after strolling in. He appears quite distracted. He finally stops and opens his mouth. So, what have you learned? I take a deep breath. Here it goes. I have to present my findings to perhaps the most sought-after detective in the police force. Theo investigates cases right where the crime scene unfolds. He's agonizingly familiar with the grit and the grime of the city's darkest recesses. Meanwhile, as a professor, my expertise primarily revolves around the nebulous, the theoretical. I must do my best to stay calm and collected, just as Oz suggested. I've read the case files. Victims' odd behaviour shortly before death could be due to hypnotic spells from fairies. Or it could be fairies themselves. The fourth victim went to the police station, but before she said anything, it seems she saw something that scared her away. What if she saw something not human? And the manner of death? He interrupts me before I can finish. I've no time for assumptions. The papers telephoned our department this morning and said they've found out about some of the deaths. The edit started in 5 minutes, by the way. So that's why he looks agitated. The chief is preparing a statement for tomorrow regarding this. So I'll just cut to the chase. Is there fairy involvement? Yes. Undeniably so. Yes, I'm certain of it. I can tell his interest is piqued. However, I'd like to first lay out the basics, as I'm pretty sure you've discarded the things I've told you in the past. He grumbles as if in admission of my statement. So far, we've identified 3 classes of fairies: warrior, scribe, and parasitic fae. Warriors have strong offensive magic, scribes' magic tend to be defensive, and parasitic magic as well. Parasitic. We Faeologists have developed a tool called Blacklight to detect traces of fae magic. It can be detected through photographs if the magic is especially strong. Warrior magic glows red, scribe magic blue, and parasitic magic shines purple. I have found that seemingly fairies of one specific class are behind this. Which one is the culprit? Parasitic. They're one of the parasitic class. What is the evidence? Which one was it? I just said parasitic. Right, I'm thinking. Usually these days they usually use that to discover invisible sperm on surfaces. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna say dead fae. How does this prove parasitic involvement? I put the dead fae beneath the black light. This is a dead parasitic fae. Look, it glows under the black light. Is this dead bug the one behind the murders? I can see the purple traces, but what about this red glow? He's right, I feel like I didn't think this through. You're right, it appears I should reinvestigate. What else you got? Dead fae, yeah. Okay. Said victim's blood sample. How does this prove parasitic involvement? I got the blood sample beneath the black light to show the magic traces. You see it glows under the black light. I can see the purple traces, but what about this red glow? I'm taking a moment to collect my thoughts. You're right, I must have missed it. Theo lets out alongside. The look on his face says it all. He's profoundly disappointed. I swallow back a lump rising in my throat. Clearly you haven't been thorough in your investigation. Either you're missing important things, or you just don't take this as seriously as you thought. Well, there's 2 colours! There's 2 fucking colours! There's 2 fucking colours! Like, and I can only click on one fucking option! Like, either I'm not being thorough because I'm missing the red thing, or I'm not being thorough because I'm missing the purple thing. Red goes lower magic, yeah. Yeah, so like this is obviously the work of multiple types of Fae. But it wouldn't let me answer that. It only let me answer word 3. I'm crashing out. But I do take it seriously. If I go to reinvestigate, it's hard to get my sentences out of my mouth. No words of mine could ease the way he sees me now. It doesn't matter, we're running out of time. I couldn't find proof of it being unusual drugs or poisons either. And can go! Hello. Thank you for the raid. Hello everybody. Hello. Welcome on in. How are you doing? How was your stream? Hello Devil's Advocate. Welcome on in. Hello Sir Rem. Hello everybody. Hello. How are you guys doing? How was your stream? Hello. If you guys do not know me, hi, I'm Poppy Nutella. I'm a variety streamer. I'm a variety streamer. Most of the games I play are actually cozy games with a side of comedy and horror games. Currently we are playing the Death and Faeology demo, which is a murder mystery visual novel. I love me some murder mystery visual novels. With a side of kind of the supernatural kind of. And this was actually one of the games that was in the women-led games part of the summer games fest. If you were watching Can's stream over the weekend, it was one of the games in there. And yeah, it was when I was watching Can's stream, I was just like, I saw Death and Faeology come up, and it was like murder mystery visual novel, and I was just like, yes, I'm hooked immediately. Yes, I want to play this one eventually. Yes, it's so cool. But I do have to say, the investigation section is a little kind of like hard to get to grips with at first, but other than that, it's a great demo. I love it. You should. It's good. Yes, it is good. You said earlier that you're, let me see, let me look through my chat. Stream was good, it was actually short, yes. I was surprised, I was like a bit surprised, being like, I'm probably gonna, I was just thinking for a second then, yeah, this is in progress. I was just thinking then, like, oh, I'm probably gonna end up raiding Kango because she usually goes for like 3 hours, and then you raided me and I was just like, she actually went for a short time. She actually went for a short stream. So, yeah. Thank you again for the raid, Kango. We're gonna wait for a little bit until ads are finished. I took my lid from my drink. I've just been yapping a lot. I need a fucking drink. I am back from jail. That was a surprisingly short ad, seeing as though I have 3 minutes of ads. But yeah, I'll wait a little bit longer until the ads are finished. You had a surprisingly short ad there. Jesus. So, yeah. This demo, I have been really loving it, actually. I was blessed. You were blessed. You were. And this demo, I absolutely love it. Though I must say, I got a bit confused by the investigation section and like what to do. And for a second there, I thought my game was glitching. But no, I think it's just I didn't really understand how to use the magnifying glass, and I thought, why the fuck is it not picking up the, like, why is it not telling me shit when I put the magnifying glass over it? But no, I just have to like furiously scrub the magnifying glass over the item before it will actually tell me stuff about the item. So yeah, I think it's just me being confused by the investigation section. But other than me being confused, this is an amazing demo. I think I'm just loving all the characters. I love the character design. I love the art of this game, especially the art was like one of the things that like kind of captivated me when I was watching your stream over the weekend. And I was just like, yes, this looks like a good game as well. I've wishlisted 2 games from the Game Fest. I wishlisted this one, and then I wishlisted Lily's World XD, which was the one where you go on the computer and scrounge through all the photos and stuff. I've seen quite a few other games that are similar to that, but then when I saw Lily's World, I was like, I really like the aesthetic of this one. So yeah, I really want to play that one as well. I wish listed so many. I'm easily influenced. I am slightly the opposite in a way. Like, I think I only wishlisted 2, and I think it's that I was just like, and welcome back from the ad, by the way, chat. I was just like, this is a lot of games. I am slightly overwhelmed, and yeah, and I think the only reason I chose these two, because the only reason I chose Death and Faeology and Lily's World is that, and that so far, yeah, there was a lot of games compacted into that, like, what was it, like an hour and a half, I think? So yeah, there's a lot of games. I think the only reason I chose Lily's World and Death and Faeology is, one, I love murder mystery visual novels. It took me like just over a year to play Ace Attorney. Big fan of murder mystery visual novels. And also Lily's World XD. I've been tempted to play similar games to Lily's World, that kind of have the same gameplay mechanics, and I think Lily's World is definitely the first game I want to play in those type of games. So yeah. But the game, what was it? The game you played after the live stream thing, the demo you played. It was the one with the Kappa. That one looks so cute. That one is so fucking adorable. Oh my god. I was just like, it has such cute aesthetics. Oh my god. But I was just thinking, I already have, yes, it was super cute. Yes, it was. And I was thinking, I do really want to play it, but also I have so many games on my wish list that I want to play, and like so many other games that I have that I want to achievement hunt in, or like I need to get like one last achievement in, that like I'm just like, I need to finish these games before I pick up another one. So yeah, I say that and I was like, I already have 2 games I've chosen from the fest, and I already have a ton of other games wishlisted. So yeah, but yeah, it is a very cute game. And I need to clean my glasses. My glasses get so fucking dirty. Oh my god. Oh my Jesus. My Jesus God. I have beef with my glasses because they get so fucking dirty all the time. I feel like it's just a regular occurrence at this point that I just clean my glasses on stream. I should put it as a channel point. I should just put a channel point redemption, being like, Poppy, clean your glasses. Because it happens so fucking often. Jesus. Okay, back to Death and Faeology. Thank you, Cad, by the way, again, for the raid. Welcoming in everyone else. How's your days been if you have just come in from Can's raid? And yeah, back to Death and Faeology. Even the most atypical drugs don't cause this kind of bizarre hallucinations. No poisons could turn the whole body into hardened bones. His eyes narrow on me, full of quiet accusations. Honestly, I can't believe this. You've dedicated many, many years to study of forensic Faeology, and this is all you have to show for it? What are you? I know you're clever, capable, competent, but you want to consider changing your field. You're not cut out for forensics, fuck off! I feel like I'm starting to receive red. I can't believe he's bringing up my profession in the way. Now I understand why he's an ex. He's a fucking dick. I hate this guy. Like, sure, we're kind of an idiot, but like, he's worse. He's just a fucking piece of shit. I feel like I want to agree with him. Okay. I know I messed up. What, you just crossed a goddamn line? Yeah, exactly. You don't come for a career like that. He knows I tried my best, given the limited time, but he just keeps hammering away. It hits me all over again how easy it is for him to make me feel really small. But yeah, now I understand why this guy is an ex-fiancé. Why did we agree to his proposal in the fucking first place? This guy's a dick. I'm just laying down facts. Fuck you. He says it so nonchalantly, as if he doesn't see the effect of his opinion on me. Can't do this anymore. My anger is beyond containment. I never want to see you again. Get out. Fine by me. I don't plan on ever coming back to this office anyhow. Upon picking up the box of evidence, Theo turns to leave. Don't let the door hit you on your way out, he slams it. I find myself striding restlessly in my room, seething with frustration. Perhaps this is for the best. After all, there's a reason I walked away, and it's all coming back to me. As I was steadying my breath to calm down, I realised something. I haven't explained Dr. Rayford's findings on the blood samples, how it could be fairy blood, and the significance of the scribe sigils on prominent families. She gave me additional information too on the victim as well as the popularity of the makeup. And I didn't have a chance to tell him all that. Well, so be it. I'm not gonna write him or telephone him. Perhaps I'll just write an anonymous letter to the homicide department. But first I have to finish grading the assignments that I neglected yesterday. It's been an hour and a half since I forced myself to get back to work, yet my anger hasn't subsided. Then it strikes me. I'm not more angry at Theo than I am at myself. I think you have a crush, that's why you couldn't explain things right. Maybe. But also, he was being a dick to us. We didn't have to tell him fucking shit. Okay, he was just being a fucking twat. He's a fucking twat, we didn't have to tell him shit. How did I fail this? Why wasn't I thorough enough? So that doesn't give him the right to talk to me like that. Exactly. We deserve fucking better. I bury my face in the hands as I realise I've merely been spinning in circles. Professor? Is this a bad time? Minnie! We love Minnie. Minnie is great. I look up at her as sharp. When did she get in? I nodded and waited for a minute. It then occurred to me that perhaps she didn't hear me. Oh, sorry. My mind is more than a little preoccupied. The detective had an intensely brooding expression when he left. I figured that the meeting didn't go well. I can stay longer today if you need to talk. Thanks, Minnie. I'm not sure about talking, but I could use some company. Of course, Professor. Would you like me to fetch us a bowl? Sure. Any preference? Whichever bottle is biggest, or whichever has the highest alcoholic content. Jesus. Ending 6, Bottle Blues. Okay, that is the ending of the prologue. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I really like that we can just scroll through the credits. I mean, we are talking about imaginary magical creatures here. Not everyone believes in fate, and from the sound of it, he was a skeptic from the start. True. But on the other hand, we had some evidence that was screaming Fae, and he was just like, yeah, no, fuck you. Again, we didn't really tell him everything about it, but still, he didn't have to be such a dick to us, you know. So yeah, but yeah, I really enjoyed that demo. It was a decently short. We had evidence which we didn't explain correctly. Yes, we didn't fucking explain shit. I'm gonna be so honest. We didn't really explain that. But we should have. We really should have explained it more. But yeah, it was fun. It was a fun demo. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, we're gonna go now. We're gonna go and raid out. Well, let me try it. I don't think there's anyone else gonna be streaming Death and Faeology. Let me have a look. I think I'm the only one that's streaming Death and Faeology. Yeah, I'm the only one streaming Death and Faeology. So yeah. Let me see. Let me have a look. Let me have a little see. I'm trying to find someone to raid out to. I think we're gonna go raid out to someone new. Let me see. Let me see. Wait for this. Let me wait for this ad to. Let me wait until this ad has finished. But we are gonna go raid out to BB Pig 1. Let's raid the Romans. It's a historical view across the century. I don't think we're strong enough to raid the Romans yet. But yeah, we're gonna go raid out to BB Pig 1, who is playing a little bit of Valorant at the moment. And yeah, I hope you go enjoy her stream. I hope you have enjoyed this stream. as always, my other socials are in my Twitch commands, Twitch about me section, and the about me and the description even on YouTube. Hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you guys tomorrow morning at some point. So yeah, bye guys, bye 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 bye. Go enjoy BB's stream. Bye guys.